All right, everybody, how you doing? Tacoma Comics here. It's late at night. I know everybody has been super busy. Let's bring this in for a close-up. See how that does. Feel a little bit better because I can't see you, especially if somebody jumps in the chat. I can't read it from back there because that's how bad I am. But I'm still digging having the uh, the camera on that side facing me rather than the camera over there facing that way because there's nothing over there to look at. Seriously, right? It's a curtain covering the doorway that leads to the stairs that I took out. So if you went out that door, you'd have a big drop. Oh, 4 feet, not a big drop. Bear! Oh my gosh, I was going to shout you out today because I think right after this, when I take my phone and I go up to bed, I'm going to watch your movie, man. I am so proud of you. I did not get a chance to see it yet. I didn't see the premiere. I was out hunting comics, of course. And then I came home, did dinner, and Guardians of the Galaxy family. So I haven't seen the movie yet, and I was super excited, man. I missed that whole that con feeling and that camaraderie stuff. It's so cool what you did. I I got to see it, but I got a haul to get through first. I'm going to go to bed and watch your movie. That's my night plan. Um, make a haul video, drink some bourbon, go watch a movie about comics. I can't think of anything better to do. So we've got our glass. We're going with the Katie. I drank this last time, but I'm drinking this again very specifically because of what I'm pairing with it. This is a sweeter bourbon. It doesn't have much spice. Um, yeah, man. I saw the after party. I was like, oh, family night. I gotta spend time with the family, which is always the best thing to do. But I did feel like, gosh, I kind of wish I was in the after party there. Uh, Anybody, of course, is allowed to jump on. So what we're doing now is, I don't like my stuff too sweet, but my local pretentious bar or pretentious alcohol shop got me this. This is the glare is killing us. This is a cinnamon syrup. So I'm not. Yeah, family first, absolutely. Without even a thought, but there was a twinge of jealousy when I saw you guys hanging out. But this cinnamon syrup, it does wonders to bourbon and probably just like some whiskeys and rye. It doesn't taste too sweet, but it's not hot like Goldschlager or something disgusting like that, where they try to do like spicy cinnamon. And then to balance it out, man, I'm just going with the grapefruit bitters, because I need that citrus, and I don't have any orange peel on me. And I went to my friend's house Thursday night. He had like some of the specialty maraschino cherries. He made some old fashions. Pretty nice stuff. All right. So I got a slab, the only book I've ever had slab to show off. That's nice. I can taste all the individual bits. I like that. I've got a massive haul from a store I went to today. I say massive. I mean massive. I've got a few eBay purchases. I've got a little small haul from Hudat. Then I got this box I ordered from Mile High Comics. 5 pounds of comics for $40, $8 a pound. I don't know if that's really 5 pounds, but we're gonna find out. So let's take another sip of bourbon and get right into it. Went up to Kent, which is about half-hour away. Went to a shop called, I can't remember what it's called. Ladies and gentlemen, Tacoma is forgetting his mind. Looks like I just got paid the last bit of money that somebody. Oh no, I transferred money. Okay, what was that shop called? Page Turner Books. It had a little sandwich board like that. I looked it up. This guy must have purchased lots of collections recently. He's got tons and tons of dollar books underneath, and then tons of books on top of like four 8x4 tables back to back. I picked probably about 4, 8, 12, about 24 short boxes I picked up, put on the top, went through, put them down, got another one up. So I'm feeling it in the arms today. So anyway, got a bunch of dollar books there. Is this it? 3. No, those are not it. Those are the ones I had from before. Got a bunch of dollar books, some decent value. Most of his books on top were not like, they were premium prices. I mean, they weren't crap books, but they were premium prices for premium books. There were very, very little bargains to be had. And of course, I'm always hunting for bargains. But the dollar bins, I'll show you what. Let's start off with a little bit of Star Wars. Star Wars. Boom, right there. First appearance of Darth Bane. That's listed as like $150 books these days. I got it for $1. I don't know if it's really worth that much. I don't know if Darth Bane will actually get announced, and if he does, I don't know if he'll amount to anything. But everybody's specking crazy on Star Wars. I'm not going to spend big money unless it's a book I want. But Jedi versus Sith, I like when I get the whole storyline. This is 1 through 6. Sometimes what happens, I'll go into a shop and I'll see like issue 1, 2, and 4 of a 5-issue series, right? And that just drives me crazy. But to find the full run and to get number 1 included, it's really cool. Rebellion, one of the series I'm collecting. Knights of the Republic, one of the series I'm collecting. Number 35, not a key, but it doesn't matter. It's just a really, really great series. Fun to read. Last Command, number 1. I always like that cover. Kind of reminds me of Spider-Man 301 a little bit. So there's a start. Grab a bunch more. Put some more Star Wars down. There you go. Got myself the 3 Tomb Raiders that Stephanie Hans did covers to. I have these, but if somebody out there needs them, let me know and we can arrange a trade or A-OK or something. But 3 Stephanie Hans Tomb Raiders. Pretty excited about that. I don't know why I bought this. It's not in the best condition. I know it's only $1. I own like 2 or 3 copies. I own the trade. This is an amazing read. This is a deep, heartfelt read. This is a look at your life deep inside the meaning of your life. And like, are you really living your best life? Like, do you have any regrets at the end of your life? This is fucking good. Gabriel Ba and Fabio Moon are brothers. Gabriel Ba did all the artwork for Umbrella Academy, as well as for a bunch of stuff with Matt Fraction. Really, really cool guys, and I love this. Funk Comics, what's up, yo? Oh, you saw it? I was just talking to him. I want to see it. I got a little classic, X-Men classic that I think I'm missing. I've got so many runs that I'm trying to fill. First, Stepford Cuckoos, but it's a newsstand. New X-Men 1, something in the teens. 17. First Glob, first Bleak. Newsstand. Pretty excited about that. Oh, and then check these out, man. This was kind of really nice part of the haul. 2 copies of Young Avengers number 9. Minor key. Gotta hold them back here, I guess. 2 copies of Young Avengers 6. First appearance of Stature. For $1 each. Ooh. And 2 copies of Young Avengers number 5. Another minor key in the Young Avengers run. Very, very cool. Very happy to get all those. I couldn't help myself. I grabbed myself another copy of ElfQuest number 1. I think I just sold my last one of this. Well, not my last one. My last extra one of this, and now I got myself another one. Why? I don't know why I keep getting new copies. It's one of my favorite comics, but I own it. I own it in the original Warp Graphics. I own it in the Marvel reprint. I own it signed by Wendy and Richard Pini. And yet, I bought another one. I got this, what if Punisher had killed Daredevil? I'd be sad. I The Punisher had killed Daredevil. Well, first of all, there'd be no more Daredevil comic. Matt Murdock would be dead. Spider-Man would be upset. And that is really mean. Why? Forget that. No, it didn't happen. It's not true. Um, anyway, also got this because I thought this was like a preview of Angela or something. Smallville fanfare. Apparently, it's nothing, but it does have a really cool Warriors 3 story. Volstagg, Falstaff, and the other guy. And I always liked Warriors 3 stories, so definitely get into that and read that, and then probably give it away or something. Got some more Star Wars. I wasn't going to let some Adam Hughes Star Wars Legacy go. Turns out I do have number 6, but now I've got 2 number 6s, so it's like having a 12. I got some more Legacy 29. Splinter of the Mind's Eye. So if you read the Star Wars novels that came out in the 80s, Timothy Zahn did the first, yes, leave Matt Murdock alone, Punisher. Splinter of the Mind's Eye was the first Star Wars, like, authorized Star Wars novel that was not part of, like, a novelization of Star Wars or Empire. This was, Splinter of the Mind's Eye was by Timothy Zahn, and this is the comic serialization of it. It's a newsstand, but it's from, like, 1994, so it's not really, like, early newsstand. Jedi Academy, Leviathan. I got all 4 issues of this. So like I was saying before, I see so many dollar Dark Horse Star Wars books now because for the longest time they were worth nothing. Then all of a sudden they were worth something. I am more than happy to pick them up if they're a key or if they're in a run that I'm trying to collect or if they're a complete set. I don't want 1, 2, and 5 of a 6-issue limited series. That drives me crazy. Oh, Annie. Moron. This is a nice dollar pickup. This is like a $20 book. This is a Legacy half, but not a Wizard half. They printed this about, I don't know, a year into the series, and it's like a recap of everything that happened so far. Tell me everything that happened until now. Well, first they were the dinosaurs, and then they died and made oil, and then the Arabs discovered and bought Mercedes-Benz, and name the movie. Name the movie. See if y'all can name the movie that I'm doing. I'm sure some of you know that movie. Anyway, I went on a new universe kick. I remember when I bought all of these when I was a kid, right? 75 cents each, so it cost me like $6. I came back and told my dad I thought it'd been ripped off by a money grab from Marvel. And I was like 17 at the time, and he was probably right. Anybody remember Merc? Exactly. Exactly. Kickers Incorporated. I think that is a soccer team. I don't even remember. Oh, Dakota North. I just sold one of these today, but it's nice to have one back. It's just nice to have one of each, I already have a Justice somewhere. Oh, and then I got the first son of Solos, who's not really Han's wife. It was a sham wedding to escape, I don't know, some bounty hunters or some boobly boos or some bibbly bops. Does anybody really know why anybody gets fake married anymore? I sure don't. Funk, do you know why somebody would get fake married? How does this work? Oh, there we go. I don't know. Boom. Boom. Haha. Now I've invited people to join me on StreamYard. Avengers Arena, number 1. This is first Secret Avengers, first Dark Avengers. First something is important about that. Again, these are all dollar books. Captain Marvel. Life of Captain Marvel, number 1. I have 2, 3, and 4, but I didn't have this one. I want to read it, and then I want to probably get rid of the series unless I love them a lot. I just like kitsch, and there's no better kitsch than Married with Children. So I got that. Just trying to complete my Simonson run on Thor. I love this Mark Brooks cover. Only reason I got it is because I love this Mark Brooks cover. Rogue! I stopped reading this after 14. It was so bad. I mean, ElfQuest is one of my favorite comics from like when I was a teenager, but this final quest that they did with Dark Horse in like 2017, 2018 was just not good, and I could not get into it. Got a couple Dread Stars. These are like $8 books. He's supposedly doing a Kickstarter to finish the story. I don't know. And then I don't know if you watched Nosferatu on Netflix, but this is Wraith, which is the comic book that came out of Nosferatu. It's Charlie Manx and all the Christmas line stuff. This is the retailer incentive to Wraith #7. I'm a huge Wraith fan, huge Lock and Key fan, huge GI Joe fan. I don't know if I have this one, but I love this cover, and if I do have it, we'll do something with the extra. If I don't have it, I'm happy. So those were all the dollar books. Let's take a look at books that were more than $1. Chew, #15. Why did I get this? Because I only need 15 and 27 to complete the entire run of Chew. Now I only need 27. This is one of the few above the table books he had that was underpriced at $4. It's worth a bit more now. Thane is heating up since there's a guess that he might be the character holding the hammer in Black Winter, or drinking beer in Black Winter, or Thor or something. This one also, I mean, he probably priced his books like 5 years ago when this was a $5 book. Now that Miss Marvel is definitely coming to TV and to MCU, the first appearance of the Inventor, who of course we all know is a crossover, or not a crossover, but a mix between bird DNA and Albert Einstein's DNA. Because why not? It's Marvel. You can do shit like that and get away with it. I wanted to complete this run of The Ties That Bind from New Mutants. Most of these are Josh Middleton covers. I'm not sure if this one is. As a matter of fact, I don't think this one is. But this is the conclusion to the Ties That Bind storyline. I get most of these like $2 at half price books, but I paid $3 each year. This is the Middleton for sure, just to get the rest of them. No harm, no foul. Sometimes you pay for what you want if you don't want to spend forever trying to find it for free, not for free or for cheap at like a antique shop. What is this? Oh, Web of Spider-Man, right? #90, like a $5 book. What is Newsstand? And then I found the Newsstand second print gold foil edition. I am super excited about that. That is really cool. Because now I've got the which is the black one? Is that Amazing Spider-Man or is it Spectacular? I can't remember. I got the black one in Newsstand too. I picked up these early Usagi. After Mirage, he went to Fantagraphics, and then after Fantagraphics, he went to Dark Horse for 160 something episodes. I'm trying to collect everything. I only have like 1 or 2 of the Fantagraphics. And now I've got 2 more. Yay! Yay me! And there's Chew. So that's what I paid, like, not big money, but some money for. Got a little something from Hudat on an auction. Jedi Infinities, not really interested. X-Ring Rogue Leader. I heard this was a good run, but that was somebody who told me that like 20 years ago, but it's the #1, so I'll take it. But this is the one I really wanted because I did not have this one, the Scotty Young variant to Kanan the Last Padawan #1. And then there's also this third printing of Bounty Hunters. It's just a really, really cool Boba Fett. Boba Fett! Where Boba Fett? No, but that's really cool. I dig that. Definitely a diggable cover. Off of eBay, I have been specking on this character for quite a bit. And this is Invincible Iron Man 54, first appearance of Moondragon. These are 2 mid-grade copies. I want to work up to a nice copy. I don't have one yet. And then this is Moondragon right here in her evil red costume. But this is the origin of Moondragon in Daredevil and Black Widow 105. So got a few more of those coming in. That was like this week's purchase, was hunting down some good prices, making good offers. I'll do that next. I did a thing. Which is the thing that I did? Okay, I did a thing. I went and paid big money, like comic book shop money. He still gave me a good deal, right? He gave me like $20 off the list price. But I paid comic book money for Spawn #1, Newsstand, probably in like a 9.4. I'd hope to get a 9.4. I don't think I'd get a 6 even with a press, and I'm definitely not going to get an 8 out of it. I'm on a kick where I'm collecting all the Spawn Newsstands 1 through 137. Why? I don't know. I just am. Speaking of Spawn Newsstands, here's a Peach Momoko. I'm very, very hot and cold on Peach Momoko. Either I see a cover like her Yoda cover, and I'm like, wow, or even her die cover. It was like, wow. And I see some of the covers, and I'm like, no. And then you just look at the rest, you're like, ooh, can you say oversaturation of the market? I can. But this one I really, really like. And I haven't read Teen Titans for like 2 years, but I think it's just the contrast of Crush with like the harsh colors, especially this the black and the little bit of purple in the boots with like the paisley rainbow colors in the background. Really kind of dig that. Really kind of digging on that. So pretty happy to get that. It's not worth anything. It's not a big sought after peach, and I don't really care. That's not why I got it. This one though, I own two slabs. One I purchased. One was a prize package slab. This one here, the only book I've ever sent off to get slabbed. I sent this motherfucker off on February 28th. It came back October 20th. Almost 8 months. March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Almost 8 months to the date. 1 week shy of 8 months to wait for this. So this is Amazing Spider-Man #4, First Silk, signed by Stan Lee. Now, when I saw this, I did a double take because there was a COA with it, and when they slab something, they don't put the COA in the slab. They take it out, so that kind of upset me, but I understand why they do that. So it's just the book slabbed. I wanted to get a Stan Lee signature verified. In my collection, I want to say I have a Stan Lee signature. To have it on a popular book like this, I was even more doubly, triply excited. I knew this book was not perfect. I was hoping for any number with a 9 in it. 8.5. And I'll tell you why I got the 8.5 in a second. So first of all, first appearance and origin of Cindy Moon of Silk, verified signature, Stan Lee. That's what I wanted. Right? That's all that I really care about is that verified signature. That was why I got this. Now, I knew what the grade was going to be because I looked on my account. So unfortunately, I don't, what's it called? It wasn't a surprise to me when I opened it up. I was like, all right, let's just open this up and get it over with. I know what it is already. So it said very slight spine tear. And then there's a tiny hole. If you can look down here, right, you see just below the color, the line of like the white blank space and the artwork, there's a hole. But this is a fucking slab. I am so pissed off. It's like somebody poked through the paper, but the flap of paper that got poked out, all they had to do was put it down and lay it flat, and it would look beautiful and complete. Instead, they slabbed it with that slab open up. So it looks like, I mean, maybe it's a tiny thing nobody will notice, but to me, I totally noticed that and it looks like crap. Now, I understand that this is an 8.5. I don't doubt that this is an 8.5 because there's a hole in it. But, like, could you at least make my slab look good if you charge me $70 for pressing, cleaning, grading, and signature verification and 8 months waiting time? Just put that damn flap down. So annoying. So annoying. Omega, they used to have them like once every few months, but they haven't had one since COVID times. I know like 2 of my friends were going to go to one, and then it got canceled in March, and they haven't had one since. I think they're just they're cutting off until then. All right, let's see, to end this little show tonight, what $40 from Mile High Comics buys in a 5-pound mystery box. I went onto Mile High Comics website, and they're just like, they've got these boxes that they'll do, and You can choose Marvel or Image, stuff like that. Mighty fine window there in the background. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. So I decided that I would choose their Marvel box. Oh God, I hate packing peanuts. I hate packing peanuts with a passion. I passionately hate the peanuts with which they pack this, because they're just going to go everywhere. There's no way. God damn it. God damn it, damn it. So there is one book that I wanted to. Packing peanuts, anybody? There was one book that I wanted. And so I ordered that book, and that's when I saw that they had this other option. Holy cow, it's. Damn. Came with a graphic novel. That's upsetting. I don't like trade paperback graphic novels. Yeah, I've never visited in person because, it's a little far away. But, Richard, I don't know if you saw, I found out my local Value Village actually sells comics now. They're in crap condition. They got massive, 2-inch long stickers on them. But I know you've been going to Goodwill a lot and getting some toys. So I just thought it was kind of cool that they had stuff at half price. So anyway, the one that I wanted was one of the Stephanie Hans variants that I've been missing. And that's this Death of Wolverine here. This is a Mile High Comics variant. So it's a store variant. I haven't been able to find this anywhere. Very few of them on eBay, and they're usually high in price. So I never really look on Mile High Comics website, but I was just scrolling through it one day, and I was like, oh, there's a book that I've wanted a lot, and I now have it. So pretty damn happy to finally have that. That's really cool. Now let's see what $40 gets. Well, I get this Wolverine Mile High Comics variant, so another store variant. Nothing that I'm really that interested in. I get this True Believers. I don't know what this is. In a time of universal deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act. So George Orwell quote and some characters, something I know nothing about. So that's kind of cool. We say that's kind of cool. It's really not cool because they're just things you're not really interested in. Thunderbolts Breaking Point Marvel One Shot #1. Yet again, another book I'm not sure what the heck's going on there. Oh, I see. Sometimes I can look at artwork and just not quite get what's going on. It's upside down, and I couldn't see from here what the hell that was. So far I am very nonplussed. Now comes everything that is, oh God, everything that's not even bagged and boarded. So this stuff's just going straight to half price to sell back. X-Man #10. It's in an antique shop the other day. Oh God, no. X-Man #11. And they sell comic books there sometimes. They're like an antique toy shop. And they go, what are you looking for? I tell him what I look for. And he's like, well, the next stuff I told him X-Men. He goes, well, what about X-Man? I've got a lot of those in the garage at home. I'm like, no. And now, of course, well, now that's something. A 35-cent Fantastic Four. Does that mean it's a price variant when it's in the yellow like that? I think it does. First thing I'm interested in at all out of these, a Power Pack. I am actually trying to get the first original run of Power Pack, but I'm trying to get them on the cheap. So, yeah, I'm very nonplussed at this point. The Beast #1. Okay. Punisher War Journal. Number umpteenth and something. Whitman variants, not price variants. Gotcha. So it's a Whitman variant. Oh well. Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Dun 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 dun. Kind of cool Wolverine. You know, are Wolverine's claws curved or straight? Because artists tend to take liberty with his claws and decide how to do them. More Punisher War Journal. That's John Romita Jr. art. John Romita Jr. art on this one. Hail Hydra. And don't forget, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Oh, a bunch of stuff. Terror in Outer Space. Bunch of stuff I really don't collect. More X-Men. And then the first appearance of R.D. Maddox in X Factor 2. X-Men. I think there's a moral to the story here. And I think the moral to the story is don't buy mystery packs from stores that you know have tons of extra stuff they're trying to get rid of. All right, I don't know if I have this one, and I am collecting them. So X-Men Annual 17, I think I've got like 14, 15, and 16. Nothing special, but something I need at least. Still polybagged with an Executioner card. So there's a card. Ooh, this one I think I have 1,000 times over, or I've seen 1,000 times over. But it's cool to just Mike Mignola art on X-Men Annual 15. Before he got his start at Dark Horse, we forget that Mignola was. Ooh, almost something good. Excalibur 104. And a really dirty one crease copy of Nick's number 6. Mile High used to have a decent hit book in their mystery packs. Not sure if they still do. Not yet. Not yet. Oh, Gambit. This is funny because I actually have 8, 9, and 10 newsstand in this series. Really bad 90s art. Emblematic of the 90s. Do I get... Yeah, I get the new Excalibur. This next book I recognize. I just sold 2 of these. I own 6 of these. I don't need any more of these, especially unbagged without the card, but X-Force number 1, not the Era variant, and since there's no card to go with it, and it's not a newsstand, it's the direct with a crease from the poly bag without the card. It's like if you could take this cheap book that was overprinted and find ways to make it worth less. First of all, get a subscription crease right across the middle. Not a subscription crease, the poly bag crease. Make it not the Era variant, not the newsstand, and don't include the card with it. That's the way to do it. Look, X Factor 103. This is a very sought out. No, it's not. No, it's not. Nobody's seeking after that. Mutants 2099 from Marvel Knights. I think I have this actually because I just enjoyed the cover. But it's not the surprise hit book, that's for sure. Aurora Before the Storm. That might be fun to read. I liked reading history of Aurora. You know, she grew up as a thief on the streets of Cairo. What? Or Kenya? No, not Cairo. I think it's Kenya. Now I'm not sure. But we've all heard her story before, right? Oh, yum. Oh, cinnamon and grapefruit and bourbon, yum. What do we have here? The Wolverine Saga, Book 2, The Animal Unleashed. This is indeed a newsstand. The Wolverine Saga, Book 1, also a newsstand. Rob Liefeld on the cover. excuse me, Rob Liefeld art on the cover. Rob Liefeld himself is not on the cover. But that'd be kind of cool if he was. I'd give him props if he wrote himself into a book like that. Mutopia, #1. And then it was not a trade paperback. It was a hardcover. Stephen King, Dark Tower, The Gunslinger Born, J. Lee Art, Peter David, Robin Firth, and Richard Easonov. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Not much going on with some of these books. Some of the books I bought myself, pretty happy with. I now have a box full of packing peanuts, which I absolutely hate. If you haven't heard that I hate those before. And yeah, and a bit of a letdown. I was hoping there'd be something cool or fun or different in there, and instead it was just a bunch of crap. So my suggestion would be not to spend $40 on a mystery pack of comics from Mile High Comics. It just is not worth it. There you go. Hey, thanks for hanging out with me late at night while I drank some bourbon and looked at some comics. Yeah, not much else going on. I'm taking it easy these days. I was thinking about doing a whole video that I'm just going to go live because I don't have the energy or time. I'm getting really, really close to owning every. It was kind of a bland box. Yes, it was. I'm coming really close to owning every single Stephanie Hans cover there is. I think I've got like 4 to go. Hey, what's up, Steven Spock? So I'm getting pretty darn close to that. Do a new video on that. I just completed my second run of Miss Marvel 2014. Kind of excited about that. I'm nowhere near finished on my Spawn newsstand run, but I'm happy to work on that. And yeah, just reading and buying and selling and bagging and boarding and the whole 9 yards. How's everybody else out there doing? Anybody reading X of Swords? Let me know what you think if you're reading any of the X of Swords or 10 of Swords crossover events. And in case anybody is so inclined, I'm going to pour myself another one, if that's okay with you. Thank you. While I'm fixing my drink, you all tell me what you think of the 10 of Swords of crossover event. Crossover event in the chat. Picked up a night job, so I've just been extra busy. Yeah, I can imagine. I've been pretty busy. I'm usually finishing the previous week's new comics by Tuesday night before the next week's new comics comes out. I haven't really been getting like way ahead just because school's been super busy, but the days of 2 jobs I hope are over for now. Certainly been there before, and it takes a lot out of you, man. It really does. Working 2 jobs is not easy. So I'll tell you all what I think of 10 of Swords. I think that 10 of Swords by Jonathan Hickman and various artists and colorists and letterers has been extremely hit or miss. Some of the stories really great. Some of them have not been. So for example, the one ran through Wolverine was pretty freaking awesome. You got to see Wolverine burnt down to his skeleton and then still come back alive. More Wolvie lore, Lore, of him going back to Japan and the underworld and then fighting against Ogun. They brought Ogun back. I mean, there was a lot of cool stuff going on. Definitely worth reading. The Marauders one was pretty cool. Storm fighting against Wakanda for a special sword that none of us ever knew existed before. And like the intro book had me so lost because I don't know a lot of these X characters that are from not from the 80s, from the 90s and the aughts and the 2000 teens. I don't know a lot of those characters, so it took me a while to get used to some of them. And then I read like the New Mutants one, and it was okay. It just seemed like um, Cypher and Magic were having a sword fight. And then I read Hellions, and it was just like a goofball Mr. Sinister, like everybody hates Mr. Sinister and everybody hates Empath, and let's make a big. It was like a sitcom of Ten of Swords, and that's okay. And then the last one I read that was Hellions was Excalibur, and I had no idea what the heck is going on in Excalibur and the Braddocks and Jamie Braddock and Betsy Braddock, and like it was hella confusing and just not interesting. Like it just wasn't well done. So I think I'm 9 issues in so far, and I've really liked like 4 or 5 of them, and I've really disliked 3 or 4 of them. So it's fun. I did read House of X, Powers of 10, or at least I started reading it. And when they released those, they were doing House of X1, Power of 10 1, House of X2, Power of X2. And by the time I got to like issue 3 of one of them, I told my shop to stop. I was like, this is freaking messing with my brain. I can't do this right now. So I just stopped. I picked up the hardcover when it came out and I read it and I was like, oh my God, this is so good. This makes so much sense now. I love the storyline. It's really complete. It's clear. It's um, really magnificent in the scope of like the story they were telling. It set the stage for a lot of new stories to come. And now a year later, I feel like the Powers of 10 or the 10 of Swords event is going to be similar. It's going to read much better in a collected volume than it is across these issues. But we'll see. Anybody out there reading them? Any of my two two followers right now? No? Well, if not, that is okay. It is late at night on other coasts. It's even later. Right now it's 11:30 here. Uh, oh dear. I hope I didn't crush a book. I don't know where a book is. Well, somewhere in here I've got some good books they're not too crushed. Okay. I'll leave you with this little Spawn newsstand. Kind of a hobby of mine, collecting Spawn newsstands. I've got about 20 or 30 of them now, and I'm not going to go through it, but somewhere in that pile is the first appearance of Darth Bane, who Richard, you've talked about before, is one of those like, don't spec on this character too hard because it's probably going to go nowhere, and you're probably right. But for $1, I'll pick up the first appearance of Darth Bane, just because right now it's a $150 book, so I was pretty happy to get it for $1. The good Star Wars finds are still out there. I'm still looking for my cheap Clone Wars. The one that I have, I bought for $25 5 years ago, so I guess that's a cheap one, but I still want to really find like that Goodwill Value Village, antique shop find just to say, look what I found. I'll get there. I'll get there. I know that other people have gotten there and it's good, but my time will come. Absolutely. Alrighty. Ooh, bourbon is good. Burping up, um, burping up Thai food and smelling it while you're drinking bourbon. I don't recommend that at all. Uh, I've been reading anything but Marvel Star Wars. Yeah. The Marvel Star Wars series is really good. Greg Pak is finding more Luke stories to tell, and I'm really appreciating them. Yeah, Darth Bane does exist, and there are rumors that that he's going to appear in a show somewhere. Um, I'm happy to have. I'm happy to found. a copy for $1. You know, it's something you just don't pass up. I'm not going, ooh, this guy's going to be big. And I don't know much about him other than what I've read in Jedi versus Sith number 1 and 2, which is it's a decent story because it's like so old. It's like 3,000 years ago, but the artwork is really it's very hobbitish. It's very like curvy and stumpy people. So I don't know that I love it. So we'll see. All right, 2 glasses of bourbon, piles and piles and piles of comics. I am done with you all. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. I don't know when I'll be back. Barbarian, how you doing, my friend? You saw him in a show once already. I am Rebels or Clone Wars. I am not sure that I remember the Dark Bane trilogy in novels. I will have to check that out then. I was unfamiliar. Barbarian, I'm glad you're here, but we're leaving. It's my bedtime. I gotta go. See what's going on upstairs in the bedroom and see if I can insert myself into some of that and get comfy under the covers, stay warm, and get a good night's sleep. Remember, you get 1 extra hour, and that's an important hour to have. It means you can just laze about a little bit tomorrow and enjoy the time. They'll get us back in the spring, but don't worry about that now. Just enjoy the hour tomorrow. I will see you all later. Have a good night. Thank you for being here. Sleep well, sweet prince. Take care.